are not willing to stop. You already saw people who have already staked their life. They don't even care whether they live or they die anymore. They just want to get what they want to get. So when will the government say, let's have this conversation? When will the Southeast governors, for instance, are they not aware of what is going on? They are aware. Even if we're looking at the federal government.
In secret, you have your meetings and release statements. IPOP has still spoken, even though at law. But now it looks as if you are saying, come. You are daring them, and they have come. You have no guns. Why won't greater population die on their own side? As for federal government, I don't know whether there's any time they will listen to the agitation. I'm telling you, that of secession. So the best thing will be to engage perhaps important personality from their region to go to federal government and talk about these things, settle it.
Exactly.
But as for saying, you come out, like say, this is a primary school, you come to government.
Even amongst them.
I truly agree with everything you said, but largely, if you're supposed to be a proscribed group, you want to have your meetings in secret, like you said. They have been making statements all along,
of course,
and they could have continued with that and continue to pursue their case as it were, prescribed as a group or not. Where I think, and if they see you gathered together under that auspices, you will be arrested.
Yes.
What I don't understand is why they have to meet them with this level of violence. Ordinary Nigerians, I mean, it seems in this case, dispatching a...
Yeah.
Why does it have
a crowd?
Why must you shoot to kill? I know, but I mean, I would want to believe that play by the government, but I still don't understand. Nigerian citizens and the security force need to know that.
In the process right now.
And the issue is that even a police officer on the street, if you ask officer what is going on, you receive a slap for that. Is this supposed to happen?
Don't ask him what's going on.
So Nigeria is not civilized
angry
at all.
People.
Yeah, but I think on this note too, which is also a kind of advice, you already know that these people will come with you with arms. Okay, so maybe the secret meeting would be advisable or something. But people shouldn't be risking their life for this. That's
even if it's
what
secret meeting, I don't even know why. When there's communication through the phones these days, we don't have to meet necessarily for me to have anybody attack me.
My concern is that these are young men, and they keep dying.
Young and old these days, from what I see.
Okay. Vivian, young men that are violating sanity and now living themselves.
Yeah, because someone is asking them to go do this.
Remember, first of all, when we say young men, let's also understand that by the laws in Nigeria, what they were doing is unlawful.
Of course.
Absolutely.
So we can't say, oh, these were young men who are just going to go and rob a house. No. Do you know that these young men were going to rob a house and be looking at the fact that they are young men, but they were about to rob a house? So whatever they met in their course of robbing a house, then that was due them. So these people, whatever they were doing at that time, according to the laws in Nigeria, was illegal.
I agree with you, but we cannot continue like they should also know that these people will come after them. Like Mr. Emmanuel Dukwe said, stop a policeman on the street and just say, "Oh, waiting, they happen." He cocks.
So these members don't know. These members don't know that
they do, and
that is why.
Exactly.
Good.
Anyway, let's move on. PDP House Caucus suspension of hearings probes against public interest. People's Democratic Party Caucus in the House of Representatives has reaffirmed its opposition to the decision by the House leadership to suspend August 19, 2020, signed by the House Leader, Honorable Alhassan Dogoa, an address to all committees directed a stop to all activities until the resumption of plenary in September. However, in an interview with This Day yesterday, the leader of the caucus, Honorable Kingsley Chinda, recalled that PDP had cautioned in its open letter to the Speaker, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, that the image of the House was nosediving and urged the Speaker to redress the situation. He said to allay the fears of the public, the leadership should put the reason for the decision in public space, adding that lack of information leads to misinformation. Chinda stated it is unparliamentary that you will stop all activities, not even during recess, moreover, not be in the overriding public interest, and as the country is degenerating on all fronts. Steps to put the country back on track. We go further on the warning as we resume from recess. Nothing has improved. Rather, the country is still degenerating on all fronts. The caucus shall, in the interest of our country, call for a constitutional change to give opportunity for better governance.
The reason for maybe the shift or perhaps the postponement should have been made known to all. I agree totally. But it sounds also one-sided when you are saying about even if they were going to be recess. Are you certainly saying that you won't embark on the recess yourself? Well, we are not going to deliberate on this house. You tell them we are not doing this. You suspend that. a bit.
He's trying his very best to see that in the House, of the lower chambers. The challenge with the recess and the present National Assembly is that during the the 8th Assembly, we said that they were rubber stamped. Chinda rightly said, we were home for more. Proper reason was given. I don't even need any reason to where he wants to go to do whatever he wants media, but nobody really cares to ask these people the right question. But again, thank God there is Honorable Kingsley Chinda, who is trying his very best to see that at least let him raise his voice, speak up about it.
Mr. Leader, good to have you here too.
I salute you.
And investigations going on. He says it's not in public interest. Plus, he says, you've got to tell us where we're going. We've had so much time at home already because of COVID-19. Nation to where it was before he took over.
I think one of their functions is to oversight certain government functions and activities and all that. And if they have started probing into financial activities of the executive and all that, it's good that they started it, but why stop halfway? At least even when you are stopping, I think the reason ought to be made known for them, at least to prepare themselves for maybe where they resume and continue from where they stop. We need prudence in our expenditure. When he said that the North to understand that things are actually River State here, insecurity was so much there as a member. If they were not holding national celebration in Eagle Square anymore, because they were, so the state is not doing anything to improve.
I was almost APC. I think sometimes we should try. In Nigeria, we begin to wonder why certain things happen the way they do. When certain things were going on, after a long period of continuous sitting in the hollow chambers from March, April, May, June, at least everybody was at home. Governance was in a very slow pace. And you are just resuming to carry. Have you done for all this? That shows level of irresponsibility on the part of members of National Assembly. And go on recess. If they want to go on break, who will hold them? They are in charge. They can go on.
Okay, we've got your thoughts on that one there. Let's move on to another story. And this here says Naira crash % against the West African CFA, which is used by 8 former West African colonies: Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, Niger, Senegal, 36 kobo. Okay, that's 33 kobo. The struggling Naira. For the now aggressive CFA in the first half of the decade reviewed, the Naira closed at approximately 29 kobo for 1 CFA on August 21st, 2020. It maintained its market dominance until 2013, when it started an aggressive rally that will remarkably close the previous wide differential, blip in its value appreciation against the Naira year to year, climbing from 0.5288 to a Naira. It opened the year with 0.688 to the Naira, translating to 32% at the closing of last week's trading. The imperialist currency traded for about 15 kobo at the turn of this millennium. Until the West African trade corridor opened for unprecedented smuggling, not many Nigerians knew much about the currency, which is currently being considered for a replacement with ECHO, the proposed West Africa regional legal tender. CFA's current resurgence is coming on the heels of a continued closure of the country's border against neighboring West African countries, especially the Republic of Benin, where Nigerians engaged in unrestrained trade. A weakening exchange rate against CFA means it is cheaper for citizens of the 8 neighboring countries.
I don't know where the economic managers of this country are. I don't just understand. You see, Nigeria, it has reached a back. Nothing to write home about. They can't stand up. And then is this country going forward or being stagnant? Because I always say it's not going backward. If it were going backward, it would have met that particular era and say, let us adopt all the modalities we used then so that we can, in fact, show ourselves to be better, shore up our productive base, which, of course, is the great measurement to make sure that the currencies of a nation is also very much valued. But now, everything is just going back because we are not producing anything. Whether you short border and all that, you have now, as it stands now, the CFA, those who are using CFA, are now better off because Nigeria will have it costlier while themselves will have it cheaper. Unfortunately, it looks as if the economic managers are not listening to all these realities.
All right, Vivian?
when we talk about this CFA issue, I was reading this story this morning on my way here. You look back a few years ago, the state of the CFA and the Naira. What struck me is that the Naira is not just going down. Let me use this layman's understanding of this. Now, within, outside of Africa, economically, let's say we call ourselves the Minister of Finance. She was saying that we're going into a new depression or something like that. And for me, I really don't like to read some of these stories when I see her or we talk about these things, because I don't want to get to the point where I end up saying things that will put me in trouble. We are all scared of talking these days, So when we hear such stories, you would think that by now there will be a story from the Nigerian government or the Ministry of Finance saying, at least reassuring people, helping us to understand where we're going. This has been going on for years, and right now the CFA, we are at 108, and nobody is talking about it. Is it that we don't care? Mr. Ndukwe says that we are at the point where we should all start crying. I don't know if crying would actually, maybe we've been crying and the tears doesn't seem to mean anything to anyone. Is it that we don't care, or there is a conscious conspiracy to make sure that this country collapses, and then maybe by then we'll all begin to know if there were plans behind closed doors to do something from some region or not? I really don't know where we're going to as a nation, and economically there is nothing to write home about. From the first administration, this government first administration, in the second administration, there is nothing to write home about. We've seen all kinds of stories. So someone needs to start talking.
Emifia Haga, what's your thoughts here?
For me, I think this economic shenanigans and grammar economy has to be put forward with. We need to stop it. All we do is copy and paste. It is happening in US, we copy. It is happening in UK, we copy. What is our economic indices? What are we actually doing to encourage homegrown economy? We don't do that. Rather, we are here doing things that encourage capitalist orientation. We want to copy. Even when we are not people of sane mind, let me use that word. Our rapacious tendency is always manifest in our economic activities. We want to loot from the country. We want to use every opportunity to ensure that whatever advice we give, whatever economic activities we engage in, is to extort and to exploit from the Nigerian state.
This is why we're losing.
We are losing. I think in 2003, is it not safer than the rest we're talking about? I had 1,000 naira when I was, but I wanted to change 1,000 naira. What I saw, I was so marveled. I said, this money is just too much. How will I be carrying this plate just for 1,000 naira? But today, our naira is creeping. It's people begging. They can't stand safer. So what are we doing? We have always appointed people based on this elitist mentality. We have always appointed people from people who are, so to say, who are established on government property and assets.
All right,
when these people come up, but what will they do? They will always advise you in a way that it will encourage that their capitalist tendency to the detriment of the Nigerian state.
We got your thoughts there, Emifia Haga. We're going to pause it there. Chief Lofty, when I return, I'll ask your thoughts on this, but we need to take a quick pause here. We'll be right back at the top of the hour 9 to continue after the news update.
Never been this good. Today 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. Are you ready? Today 95.1 FM. The voice of the...
So it's 56 minutes after 8. You're listening to Today 95.1 FM, and you've got the Odibola ladies here with me in the studio. They'll be speaking a bit to us about property estate and real estate and available land that should be up for grabs. Is there any promo going on? Is it? Do something. Anything for the girls.
Yes.
Do promo for the people.
Yes.
All right, so let's hear.
Okay, as usual, now let's start with the promo. We have a freedom layout.
Okay, it's actually promo. It's
Yes,
going
an
for
early
promo.
bird.
It's early bird price. So it's actually our freedom layout. It's going for 550,000 naira. Hello everyone, and I'm Amarachi. Good morning and happy Monday morning. Our freedom meant delight. It's actually an investment price. It's actually not a buy and build area. It's something you can just buy, secure, and keep for the nearest future. Everybody needs a piece of land. Definitely, maybe now you're looking at, it's not something I can build right now, but definitely in future you will see the use of it either for commercial, residential, or industrial purposes. Definitely there's going to be a need for that land. So call me on 081 33487968. 081337968.
Or you can call Diana on 0704 237 7837. 0704 237 7837. The next property is not really is not the promo price, but it's actually a giveaway price because still very fair compared to the market price. And that's that's the home view layout located off Rumukushi Igboeche Road. This place is already a built environment. You can start living immediately. It has an access road. The land is very level, like it's very stable. That is not swampy, neither is it waterlogged. So you can build immediately. It has electricity. The power supply there is very lovely. So if you're looking out for a property where you can start building immediately, where you can even if you don't want to build immediately, you can just secure it and know that it's not even a year property, not a 1 year thing. In less than months, you can start seeing your profit returns, good appreciative returns on it. It's going for 2.2 million naira
only.
Yes, 2.2 million naira. So you can come take care of, and it's within a well planned estate. It's already fenced. The layout is already fenced, so everything is inclusive. And on Dibola properties, we always make sure that we've done our due diligence for you. Like we said, that the place is not waterlogged, neither is it swampy or any kind of thing like that. And also, we give you all your documentations, all the costs that are instilled into that cost already. So you're not paying for your deed of conveyance, and you're paying for a registered for survey plan or whatsoever. All you need to do is just to come inspect the property first. Our inspection days are Wednesdays and Saturdays by 10 a.m. We are located off in Sirim Layout, Tombia Extension, GRA Phase 3, or you can call our numbers on 0704 237 7837. 0704 237 7837.
I call Amarachi on 08133487968. 08133487968. Everything about real estate. Please, I really advise us to try and find that time to come and inspect this property, because that's the first step in real estate investment.
Exactly.
You can still
Inspection.
See, and we know you have to bring your interest.
So where is your office?
In Sirim Layout of Tombia Extension, GRA Phase 3, just close to Mandela Car Wash or before Liverpool Hotel. All depends on where you're coming from. It's very accessible.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay.
And as usual, I always say, you're not too young to invest, neither are you too old to invest. And there's no gender role. And you're just buying plots and chilling.
Everywhere.
Anyhow. Thank you. You're welcome.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Every day, every hour. When the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.
Hello and good morning. The death toll due to COVID-19 virus in Nigeria has surpassed 1,000. This comes 6 months after the case was reported in the country for the very first time. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, 5 more people infected with the virus died in the last 24 hours. So far, the total number of infection in Nigeria stands at 52,227. Former Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi, has visited Kaduna State more than 5 months after he was deposed by Governor Alhaji Gandu, removed from the throne on March 9th, 2020. The former speaking at the State Government House, Governor El-Rufai thanked Sanusi for paying the state a visit. On his part, the former Rivers State, Joseph Mukan, has affair in a civil matter in the family of Omu Ewoho, when the matter is the subject of litigation. The people of Omu Mpo, including Emmanuel Aneli Tom, while narrating how they appealed and secured a stay of execution on the judgment of a high court in Isiopo in favor of Omu Ewoho family, expressed worry that the police could allow themselves to be used to chase them away from their inheritance. When our correspondent contacted the command public relations officer Nnamdi Omuni, he asked that the aggrieved family visit the command for official complaint for prompt intervention. And on to the foreign scene, NATO says allegations by Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko that foreign powers are organizing a buildup of troops on the country's border are baseless. Dressed in military fatigues, the president said he had placed his armed forces on high alert. Lukashenko is facing growing calls within Belarus for his resignation following a disputed election 2 weeks ago. Thousands of protesters marched to the capital, Minsk, yesterday against his re-election. And with that, we wrap up on the news update. Do not forget, take responsibility. Wash your hands frequently with soap and the running water and avoid touching your face and high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. I am Annie Abdusalam. Have a great morning.
Court, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM. Live from the Garden City of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. This is Today 95.1 FM.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for.
This is Port Harcourt's number one.
Here we go.
Your number one talk radio station. 95.1 FM. Today.
Hey, that's only half of it.
Lift the dial right here.
What?
And get it in full.
95.1 FM.
Get it in full.
Welcome to Returns Market Investments Nigeria Limited. For the past 3 years, we have actually used this international capital market business to touch lives, families, and companies. We have had firms use this international capital market business to open factories such as tissue paper factory production, bakery, pastries, and table water factory. We have also had companies use this international capital business to pay for the running cost of their companies, which include their staff salary payment. Returns Market Investments Nigeria Limited is strictly into the international capital market business, where we trade and invest in 3 sectors. First, trading and investment in the stock and the shares market, which includes trading and investing in the New York Stock Exchange market, European stock market, and Asian stock market. Secondly, trading and investment in the commodity market, which include trading in the crude oil market, natural gas, and gold market. Thirdly, we trade and invest in the FX market, which is known as the currency market. For example, the US dollar against the Naira market. The rate at which the dollar gains strength over Naira will skyrocket the price of the market upward, while the rate at which the Naira gains strength over dollar will skyrocket the price of the market downward. In Returns Market Investments Nigeria Limited, we are ready to do business with 3 categories about the international capital market business, and he or she is looking for a credible and reliable platform to learn the trade secret on how to make consistent profit on the trading floor of the international capital market. Then Returns Market Investments Nigeria Limited is for you. Second category is Client B. This is a client who have done this business before, but he or she is not making profit in the market, because what we have around is people training you, but they do not know how to trade in the market. Then, if you are in this category, Returns Market Investments Nigeria Limited is for you. Thirdly, Client C. This is one who wants to invest his or her money in the market, but wants the company to manage his or her portfolio of funds to earn good returns on investment. Then Returns Market Investments Nigeria Limited is for you. Returns Market Investment Nigeria Limited has a proven history of delivering 10% return on investment to her clients for over 3 years now, without stories or delay of any kind. We have looked on different people's financial objective, and we came up with different investment plans. We have the short-term investment and the long-term investment. Short-term investment is strictly for a 3-month investment period, and the company offers 10% return on investment on any capital, while long-term investment is from 6 months to 2 years, and the company offers 10% return on investment on a monthly basis. The long-term investment is divided into the following: a 6-month plan, a 1-year plan, an 18-month plan, and a 2-year plan, all of which offers the client 10% return on investment monthly, with a minimum capital of 300,000 naira and a maximum capital of 100 million naira. students or low-income earners plan with a startup capital of 200,000 and the duration of 6 months fixed plan. The sustainability of the capital market has to do with the fluctuation of price. As long as there are fluctuations of prices in the stock market, commodity market, for example, the crude oil price of today can never borrow. Say $1 per barrel movement on the trading floor is a lot for us that trade on the market. The reason why Returns Market Investments Nigeria Limited is different is simply because of the live trading services we offer and the constant delivering of 10% return on investment we have been offering our clients close to 4 years running. We just uploaded a video on our website on how the company made over 100 million naira as profit on the trading floor of the market. This has never been done in Nigeria or after the next 5 years uninterrupted. Amazing roaming to the office. For more inquiry, at Rumokuta Checkpoint Junction, Port Harcourt, River State. You can call 9002. Think profit. Think Returns Market Investment.
Here at Today 95.1, we keep the conversations rolling. Keep it going. We keep it flowing. We keep it.
Guy, don't do that.
Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. Voice of the people. Port Harcourt's loudest conversation. Today.
Best of sports, lifestyle, analysis, and Annie.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Days.
We are talking about in this country today. We are loots within the 16 years.
Here is a great opportunity report, says Madam Jonah, until the final stage. Send your opinion to us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/today. Put your opinions with us on WhatsApp or on our SMS portal using the numbers 070-1933-9962. Is going past years, and we had everybody else
over what is, and those who see everything as politics can never see it until. But the good thing is that the cost of Pepe for PDP man is the same thing for APC person, and it's also the same thing for somebody who is not even a politician. So we must rise to speak out when such kind of thing that is affecting everybody is happening in this country. Some years back, I went with my friend to Cotonou here, for a business. We changed just 1 million naira as some value. Even in Ghana, when you go to Ghana with Nigerian currency, some years back, you see that you have a lot of money there. You are a big man there in Ghana. But today, the story is different character to be present, but that is him engage more hands that are very good. 3 years when he.
Not a matter of I said when that implement or to authorize the implementation of whatever advice they have made or come up with. But the president will listen to them, and assuming he rejects the advice, it ends there, and so nothing improves.
All right.
For me, okay. I think we have. You are encouraging the government to continue to devalue. You devalue because you want to export, you want to import, or what? Look at our productive base
at the time
to encourage exports.
Yes.
But in our own case, we have artisanal problem number one, and we have this rapacious attitude too number two. Now,
well, whatever economic policies that we are sticking our guns into at the moment is not helping either.
It's not helping. That is why I'm saying now let us try to coin our own economic sense. From the one we are copying and copying, you have the value. And what are you producing? Look at the home producers now.
That is the cross.
They have taken advantage of the little border that is short now. So we have stagflation now. Killing everybody. Because of why? inflows of foreign goods are no longer coming. You are taking advantage. Okay. And these people are also advising for their own company here to drive at the expense of the common Nigeria.
We got your thoughts on that, Emifio Haggard. Thank you. Newspaper, it says assessment. Humanitarian Affairs Minister, Transport counterpart, top list of performing ministers. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Hajia Saidia Farouk, has been ranked best performing minister in the first year of President Muhammadu Buhari's second term, according to an interim scorecard by Transactively. In the report signed by its president, Barrister Maxwell Gowan, on Sunday, Transparency Watch disclosed that the ministers were graded on organizational strength, performance of agencies under the purview, impact on the lives of the people, as well as transparency and accountability. In the assessment of organizational strength of all the ministries reviewed, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development came out tops with a score of 9 over. National Empower Initiative and programs are implemented nationwide. As such, the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development were able to ensure effective implementation of these interventions across the country in the most transparent fashion that is mainly responsible for its success. The Federal Ministry of Transport came second with a scorecard of 7 over 10 for its efforts at rail constructions across the country. This was followed by the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development for the implementation of youth-oriented programs across the country, especially at the grassroots level. The report further revealed that in the assessment of agencies, those under Hajia Farouk have been the most active in terms of the fulfillment of its mandate to the people. It consequently scored 8 over 10 in the assessment of the performance of agencies. Other ministries were average in the youths and vulnerable groups with attention. It was also observed.
I don't know. The last bit didn't sync well with me.
Where they tied?
Yes.
In terms of transparent communications and digital economy.
Good. Do you know the transparency word? Because perhaps that's their focus. So I do not know exactly what to say. But what thing I know is that those 3 top ministers or ministries represented by their ministers, as the assessment.
Begin and check, get some facts.